The first time I heard my name in that house, I thought it was my sister, but she was already asleep, and no one else was near me. This happened back in 2010 at my aunt's house in Perak, and even now I can still remember how that place felt at night. Not just quiet, but wrong. My aunt's house was a corner lot with a long, empty road running beside it, the kind of road where once it gets dark, everything just stops. No cars, no people, nothing. Just a short distance away, there was an old, abandoned house hidden behind thick trees. During the day, it already looked uncomfortable to look at, but at night, it felt like it was watching you back. You could still see its shape clearly from my aunt's compound, especially under the streetlight. Among our relatives, that house was always part of the conversation. People didn't talk about it loudly, just small comments here and there. A woman seen near the roadside, someone walking slowly near the abandoned house, even when no one was supposed to be there. My cousin once told us seriously, don't stay outside after 11:30 p.m. Just go inside. She didn't sound like she was joking. She sounded like she had seen something herself. At that time, I didn't fully believe it. I had been there many times, sitting outside with my family, talking late into the night, and nothing had ever happened to me. My aunt's family had lived there for years, and everything seemed normal. That's what I kept telling myself, until that night, because something about that night felt slightly different from the beginning. The silence lasted longer, the air felt heavier, and for the first time, I had this feeling that I wasn't alone there. Not close, but not far either. And I didn't know it yet, but the moment I stepped into that house later, something already knew I was there. That night, the house was more crowded than usual because of my cousin's wedding, and for a while everything felt normal again. Relatives laughing under the canopy outside, people talking loudly, the kind of noise that makes you forget where you are. But as the night got later, things slowly changed. One by one, people went inside. The voices faded, and the space outside became quieter than it should have been. My younger sister was the first to feel sleepy, and I watched her walk into the house alone. I stayed outside for a few more minutes, but a strange feeling started to build. If I waited any longer, I would have to walk in alone. So I got up and followed her. The moment I stepped inside, the noise from outside disappeared completely. Not faded, but cut off, like I had crossed into a different place. Inside, it was too quiet. Most of the lights were off, except for a weak yellow light from the kitchen that didn't reach the corners of the house. Shadows filled the space. And even though my auntie and my mom were sitting in the living area talking softly, their voices sounded far away, like I wasn't fully part of the same space anymore. I didn't stop. I went straight into the room and saw my sister already asleep, completely still, her breathing slow and steady. I stood there for a moment longer than I should have, just watching her, feeling something I couldn't explain. Then I turned away and decided to go to the washroom at the back. To get there, I had to walk past the middle room, the one everyone always avoided. Even during the day, it never felt empty, and now in the dark, it felt worse. The door was slightly open, just enough to see inside, but there was nothing but darkness. No movement, no sound, and yet it didn't feel empty. I slowed down without realizing it. my footsteps echoing softly across the floor, each step lingering longer than it should. The silence around me felt thick, pressing against my ears. I tried not to look inside the room, keeping my eyes forward. Just a few more steps. Just pass it. Then suddenly, Dave. My name. Clear. Right behind me. I froze instantly. My heart slammed so hard it hurt, my body turning cold. The voice sounded exactly like my sister. Not similar, not close. Exactly the same. For a moment, my mind tried to explain it. Maybe she woke up, maybe she followed me. But slowly, I turned my head just enough to look back toward the room I came from, and she was still there, lying on the bed, not moving, still asleep. My chest tightened, my breathing became shallow, and before I could even react, it came again. Dave! This time closer, sharper, like it was right next to my ear. And at that exact moment, from the living area, my auntie and my mom stopped talking completely. The silence spread through the house, and slowly, both of them turned and looked directly at me, because they heard it too. I didn't wait. I screamed and ran straight to my mom, grabbing her arm without even looking back. My auntie stood up immediately, both of them asking the same thing at once. You heard it also? That question made everything worse, because it meant it wasn't just me. The relatives outside rushed in after hearing me shout, and the whole house suddenly felt crowded again. But the fear didn't go away. I couldn't explain properly what happened. I just kept repeating that someone called my name from that room. My elder sister came and held me, telling me to calm down and not go anywhere alone anymore. That night, I didn't step near the middle room again. I slept in the living area with all the lights on, and even then, I kept waking up, feeling like something was still inside the house, just quiet, waiting. After that incident, I still visited my aunt's house, but I never stayed overnight again. Even until today, they say they still see shadows sometimes, moving from one room to another, but they've learned to live with it. As for me, I still remember that voice clearly, the way it sounded exactly like someone I trust, but came from somewhere it shouldn't. If you were in my place, would you have turned back to look inside that room? Let me know in the comments, and follow for more true horror stories like this.